This same like when you go, if you are sick, are you going to see me or doctor? But this is same like in football. If you football, you go and see coaches. You ask coach what you think, or you ask ex-players what they think.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Selamat pagi semua kepada fans-fans Harimau Melaya. Hari ni sangat special podcast kita orang ni. Kita bawakan khas untuk anda semua, the legendary yang orang kenal. Ini dia, Coach Bojan Hodak. Coach, how are you, Coach?
Okay lah.
Okay lah. Everything good, Coach?
Well, when salary enter, then we'll be okay.
I heard you go for holiday. Where you go?
Penang.
Penang.
Yeah.
Good Penang?
Home. I just went home.
Okay, Coach. Right now, I think every fans know, every world fan in Malaysia know what's happening in KL. But we want to know from your sides what happened for KL.
Well, look, when salary is late, it's always problem. But the thing is, that still in KL, this happened last year a few times. So, thing is that Kelly managed this well. He explained, he was player before, so he understands players. So he explained to players why it's late, when salary will be in. And last year, every time they pay on time. So that's the reason why there is still no issue, still no panic for me or for players.
For you and player, okay. So we want to, we already know that KL having problem right now. So what about the player, the mentality player? The player go to see you?
Players ask me every time when it's late, they ask me, so I explain it. Basically, I will always bring Stanley to talk to them because this is not my task. But as I said, Stanley so far managed because he every time. When he said, even when it was late, they always deliver. So no issue so far.
When you heard the first time about this issue, what you feel?
Look, I'm in Malaysia many years, so I saw the worst situations. For me, this was something as usual, So, as I said, once they come and talk to players, once they manage this that way, then there is no issue. The worst is when salary is not coming and management is not there, nobody is talking, so then can be issue if it's not managed properly.
So actually, when do you know about this problem? How many months? Do you know in advance, in a few months or other players?
We had this look last year, even when we won Malaysia Cup, salary for I think October, November, a little bit late. Salary for December was late, quite a lot. So but every time, as I said, they will come, they will tell us, look, this will be late for 7 days, 15 days, 20 days. And once when they explain, then players accept. Players normally are quite simple guys. So they just, if you cannot do something, you talk to them, they will understand. Because as I said, it's in Malaysian football, this is quite often in lots of clubs, so it's not something that is new.
Do you think this kind of this salary issue is normal in Malaysia?
Shouldn't be normal, but it's normal because lots of clubs, even now, have this problem, but some of them doesn't go public. Last year, if you know, there was lots of rumors, but people don't talk public. But this is something that here is part of tradition. So,
you say tradition.
Look,
when the tradition will be changed?
Every year there is at least 2 clubs that have this problem. So it's nothing new. So the only thing is, as I said, how you manage it, and at the end you need to go and find money and pay. Because if somebody challenges the club said you need to go to court, need to pay. So this one is, you cannot escape from that.
Because fans right now see the KL like an example after you winning the Malaysia Cup. They see the KL management is very good, take care of player and stuff and everything. So suddenly this thing happened. So everybody is shocked.
So as I said, look, you know what was good? Last year when I entered KL, there was no expectations. KL was, even I said that I didn't want to enter KL because last 20, 30 years this was more negative than positive stories. But then once I entered, everything was okay. Our target was to stay in the league. Our budget was, I think, second lowest in the league. So no issues, everything was okay. The moment when we won Malaysia Cup, problems start. Because now everybody wants to be in KL, everybody wants to take photo with trophy, and everybody think that if I'm in the club, I will be better than people before. But this is not so easy, because look, overall it's not only KL. We have training ground. You don't have. So we achieve on the field, players, coaches, we achieve to win the trophy, which is problem. Because you don't have training ground. You have stadium issue. Now we have salary issue. So the club is not built there. Even the privatization was not done yet. So this is the first issue. If you go, it's not only KL, it's all around Malaysia. Tell me how many teams have training center?
JDT,
Terengganu and Selangor.
Yeah.
Everybody. Training center. Training center is the basic, it's a home for all players. So you need to go to the place where you work every day, same like your office here. You want to have coffee machine, you want to have a fridge, and you want to sit and relax. You can come half an hour early, 1 hour early, no issues for you. And you enjoy that, you are relaxed to start to do your job. And only 3 clubs out of I don't know how many has it. No need to be...
20 more.
And we're talking about professionalism and millions that will be invested and TV rights and this and that. First you build a stadium, you bring 20 balls, 30 balls properly for training and jerseys and everything, then we can talk about next level.
When this issue come up, so how about the mentality player? Because how you motivate the player? Because this year also you go to AFC, so maybe the morale is down.
At the moment still okay. So as I said, we have same problem last year, so this one didn't interrupt our preparation, training, everything. So I don't believe that this year also there is no issue about that. If this continue long time, then will be issue. But like they told us, we will be paid today. So
Could be.
I believe we will be paid. So far they achieve what they said.
Because
Okay, I'm going back to privatized team, the whole team. Do you think realistically next year every team in Super League or Malaysian League will be privatized?
I don't know, because I don't know how to read the future. I wish that I have these abilities, but what they're doing is the right thing, because everybody did this in Europe and in Asia 20, 30, 50 years ago. So Malaysia also needs to do this. So it's a right step. If they will not be privatized next year, maybe they will do it in 5 years, some of the clubs. But it's the right way to do it, because this is what you must do according to FC, according to FIFA. So if everybody doing this, you need to do it.
I think last week our members go to see the YB, Khalid Samad. He said the new management don't want Stanley. They will be sack Stanley.
If that happen, will you go with Stanley or?
This one, now you're asking me if. If new management come in, then you can talk if they want Stanley or if they want, this is all magic word, is if.
Okay.
Maybe. Mungkin. In Bahasa is mungkin.
Yes, but
mungkin.
From Khalid Samad say, the new management don't want Stanley if they take control of the management.
But I don't know who is new management. This is a good question, So far, I don't know who is new management, because there is so many people that they're mentioning. So we'll see. If new management come in, then we can react according situation.
Yeah.
Let's say if that's true.
That's
true. Maybe you will go with Stanley or so whatever. What's your planning after this? Maybe you tired about football Malaysia?
You see, you're talking if and maybe. So mungkin. This is always
mungkin.
magic word. Magic word maybe. This is all rumors.
Rumors.
There is so many rumors. But you will see. I'm not really present. Where I will be. In football you cannot plan where you will be next week.
Okay. So maybe when this issue come, other club just come to you, offer to you. Maybe. For now, don't have any offer.
Maybe.
Now I'm like the contract. So once I'm out of the contract, then maybe I sign somewhere else.
When you see about the culture in Malaysia, it's always involved with the politics.
Politician in football.
But how it. What is one funny thing in football and in politics? Everybody, when I enter the stadium, all fans below 30, they think they're better players than one on the field. everybody about 30, they think they are better coaches than me. You know, so in football and politics, everybody knows. You know, I also want to be prime minister. If I, you know, and probably you also have this. If I have just 5 minutes of power, I will sort out everything. No corruption. This one jail, this one clean, this one dead, this one football. We have money. Everything will be proper. Am I right?
Yep.
And actually, if I become prime minister, everything collapses because I don't have a clue about this. So this is same like football. In football, everybody coming and teaching me what to do. And then many times I listen what people said and then I ask, okay, Abang, can you tell me what is your original job? So I'm, I don't know, computer expert. I'm selling nasi lemak. So they are doing this 30, 40 years. I don't know their job. But they think that they know mine. Why? This is same like when you go, if you're sick, are you going to see me or doctor? But this is same like in football. You know, if you football, you go and see coaches. You ask coach what you think, or you ask ex-players what they think. But also many of the ex-players never been coached, so they can talk in front of TV. But go and coach. Once you coach, one season your mind will change. Once you go 5 years, your mind will change a lot. Once you live all your life, and all my life my income come from football. I didn't do anything else. So then probably experience that I have, knowledge that I have is better than doctor or prime minister or what you said, politician. So this is the issue. Politicians should stick to politics. But somehow because of funds, most of the funds coming from politics in Malaysia. So that's the reason why they all want to be. And why? Because they have photo, they have 100,000 people, election coming, they need votes. But this is why this privatization everywhere in the world is trying to be managed. So it's, if you want to be in football club, you be in football club as a private person. Not like politicians. So you put your own money in, then you make decision. Then once you are club owner, then you decide what you want to do. If you don't want, you want him, okay, go put him. And for me, it's always, you know, when they start management, 10 people cannot. You must see one boss, this one boss make decision. Because if you have two bosses, already it's problem, you know. Then one want this player, the other one don't want that player, and this is where problems start. So this is why privatization is the best. You have one boss, you pay your money, and you make decision.
When you come to KL, the 100%, the player you will choose, that's from you.
Yeah, this is what I do. Wherever I go, I want that.
Okay, so
because then I'm responsible. Then if you want me, you are responsible. I will tell you how much money you have, what you can achieve, minimum, and I guarantee for this. And then I'm responsible for that. But if you come to me, you have lowest budget and you want to be champion in front of JDT, forget it. Forget it. Then you sit on the bench, I will sit there with suit and tie, and then I talk.
because nowadays you see politics always involved in our Malaysia football. I think you around 10 years in Malaysia, more than 10
I
years.
come 20 years ago, but then
Do you still will continue about the politician
Do you think politician and football will be involved?
either 20 years, 30 years,
it will be, but different way. It will be like way in the other part of the world. You see, like I give you example. Silvio Berlusconi become Italian prime minister. He became Italian prime minister because he was very popular. Because he put his money into AC Milan, he became European champion. So because of his popularity, people want him to be in charge of the country. So this is how he became popular through football. But difference is he put his own money. So if you want to go into football, no issues. You buy club, you put your own money. Maybe if you have extra money, you can invest in football club. You become popular. If football club is popular.
everything is about money. If you have money,
Difference is also, you see, people don't understand it like funding. Like in Europe, City of Manchester, City in England, Manchester, for example, he's giving money to both clubs, to Manchester United and Manchester City. But they're giving money for their kids, to kids to be on training, because if you are on training, you will not be on drugs, alcohol, you will not do some criminal other things. So it's good for society that kids are involved in football. So this is what they're giving money. But for professional level, clubs depend on themselves. How much money, how much sponsors they will give, and who they will find to be their owner, and who will invest how much for the club. This is how, at professional level, will they be successful or not? It's up to them. So here, still politics will need to involve some money into football, but it's more for the good purpose.
Because we fancy that KL as an example. Because of you, Stanley, all the player KL turned down all the offer from other team because they say like KL always
Take a good care of them.
take a good care of them, harmony in the team. So maybe if suddenly this happens, so how?
Do you think most of players are thinking to leaving the club?
Not, as I said, not at the moment, not yet, because it's not such a big issue. Because still, it's everything is manageable. If it's something long, then even I will tell you, look, if I see that these things doesn't go well, I will leave also. But at the moment, still everything's okay.
Okay, you coach the best team in Malaysia. You've been JDT, many clubs.
Kelantan.
So, which one is the biggest difference between passion football club and just normal club?
If I give the example in the JDT, I think about the management.
It's easier because it's one man, and he will tell you, I want this way or that way, you know. And the other thing is, he got funds, he paid. He built nice stadium, he built top training facility, and this is the easier. He want to be first. So, but when I was there, this was not that way yet. That time it was just beginning. So probably this is the easiest there. The most difficult probably was with KL, because KL is team with low budget. Difference of KL, fans slowly start to come back. Like in Kelantan, you have fans non-stop. They were at the stadium, and that time was good team, so they have high expectation, but they are extra men on the stadium. So I think KL was probably most difficult because at the end everything comes to money. If you have money, then you can ask for results. If you don't have money, you cannot ask for results. So what KL did last year is miracle. With the budget that they have means that everything was done properly. When you do things properly, sometimes you are always a little bit lucky that you need for that level.
Because you say in JDT, just one owner and you just
All
need
decision
audition.
will be made by.
So you just need to deliver the good result. Do you agree that the good owner is example in football Malaysia?
Look, important is, as I said, money. He provides all funds. He provides facilities for training. He provides everything for players what they need. But then they are just focused on football. They don't need to worry about it. As I said, other places, do they have training ground? Except Selangor and Terengganu. Do they? No. They said, oh, we have training ground. Yes, but you have one field that is straight, level, and then you train there and you think this is training center. No. Training center, go and see in JDT training center or Selangor, then you can talk about training center. All others are just training field, which today can be, and tomorrow maybe you will not be there because somebody will destroy field and you don't have good training field. So this is training camp, and training field is something different.
Can you compare the maybe philosophy with the JDT and other owners?
In Malaysia?
Yeah, in Malaysia.
No. You cannot compare because it's one man and he doesn't know how much money he has. The others still, they have limited budget. Maybe Selangor can be that level. Terengganu is doing well, but you never know because elections are next year, so you never know what will happen. But they have, for example, training center. You can see that these people build something properly.
Maybe.
Okay, now we go back to KL. This season you're gonna play AFC in here. So do you think this is the advantage for KL?
Advantages when you play at home, but as I said, when Stanley was talking last year, he was talking about some 3 years plan, and we overachieved. Players, coaches on that part on the field, we overachieved. So still all other things means financial funds, sponsors, training facilities, stadium, this all is still in the mess. So we are not ready for AFC on that part. Even our squad, because the budget is very small. So it will be tough, but we're playing at home. We're playing Tampines, which is experienced team, but our level. We're playing PSM Makassar. My ex-club is also somewhere our level, so I believe we can fight with them to go to the next round, and then you never know.
So
This
your
one.
target will be a group stage.
If we can go through group stage, we'll already be success. But after this, you never know who you get in the next round.
Okay, can you comment on your player Zafri finally got national club?
But he deserved it. He is playing consistently well. Most important thing for football is that you are consistent. I give you now example of, let's say, Hadin Azman, who is a guy who have extreme potential on his day. But the problem is that he's not like Zafri, he's not consistent. Zafri is consistent, every game he's good. Hadin will one game be that you will think this guy can play in Europe. I don't know what he's doing there. Then next week you will say this guy cannot play. I don't know what he's doing on the field. So this is difference. Once you are consistent, you become consistent every match, then you deserve to be national team.
How are you gonna make sure your players are consistent? Your training methods.
But training methods, and then also sometimes you need to find a way how to get maximum from players. So with some players you need to be very nice, please, friendly. Some players you need rotan and back non-stop.
Because we saw in Kuala Lumpur sama Mati, you always marah-marah in English apa? You
always call them maki.
It's not like that. This is probably what, when they do documentary, this is what they like. Because they don't like when you are nice. This is something that is usual. So it's with players you need to be like with your kids. So your kids at home, mostly they need your support. You talk to them, things like this. But then sometimes also when they're too much, they need one. Am I right? So this is same with players. Players, you can see their body language. You can see the way they play. You can see sometimes they have some problem. You need to talk to them. But sometimes when everything is good, you can see that they are just not there for some reason. Is it laziness? Is it something else? They are focused on some other things. So then you can you can push them.
Your prediction, maybe what happened in KL for next 2 and 3 years?
KL will win the trophy every year. They will build new stadium, 100,000 capacity. Fans will fill up the stadium every game. We will have a training center with 6 fields, 2 artificial, 1 indoor, and club will be very rich because millions will come in. This is my prediction.
Okay, for me, what is the weakness KL right now? From if you see from the last game against Kedah, what is the main weakness against Kedah?
We play 2 games in the league. Our goal difference is 5-6, which probably is the worst defense in the league first 2 matches. So you don't need to be scientist, am I right? So we need to fix our defense. Attackingly, we score in 5 goals. Many of the people were complaining, why? Okay, there is no Rommel. This is big difference. Why Kevin doesn't play? Kevin is not striker, but even as he plays as a striker, he's making lots of good runs. He's creating lots of space for Paulo, for Zafri, for Hadin or Partiban, whoever play with at the flanks. So he actually creates space for them to score goals, and all of them scoring goals. And for coach, you don't care who is scoring goals. You just want to score. So we scored 5 goals, which is much above our average last year. But our defense last year was one of the best in the league. This year we have problem with a little bit with COVID, a little bit with some injuries, a little bit red card in the first match by Gigi, who is normally our leader. Kenny, who was their second one, who will replace him, had injury in Johor. So it's when you have all of this, then it's never only one reason. That is always combining. So we need to fix this, and I believe we will fix it. Because now Irfan had surgery, and now after 3 matches he looked much better than before. Gigi is back after red card. Ken is back after injury. Nick Sharul now coming back after long-term injury. He will soon be back. Nick Umar and Ahmad Fauzi are slowly settling in their new players. So I believe that we will look better on that part.
So after
the FIFA calendar in April done, so your team will be ready.
Yeah, I think we'll be much better prepared than for the first match.
Coach, you say like, yeah, in Malaysia football, you need one good owner, only one good. But aside from that, you have need to good funding, your maybe philosophy, management, long-term vision and mission. Do you agree that in football,
You need all of this.
so that one owner include all this?
So the best is one of them, but if you don't have one, then it's always you will have few of them that will put money. But at the end, it doesn't matter who is owner. Only thing is owner who come need to bring money for. All depends how much money you have, then you can see what results they can achieve. KL has potential because there is so many companies, so many potential sponsors. But why they didn't do good last 30 years, this one better you find out. Not me.
So, yeah, I already asked. Okay, because you want to know about Daniel thing.
Daniel Thing, I spoke to him before season, and I will tell you this way: as a coach, I respect whatever reason he tell me. I spoke to him; his father is sick. You can talk about all these other off the field problems. I'm not interested. The only thing when I talk to Daniel is I ask him, Daniel, you tell me, are you coming back, or I need to look for new left fullback? So this is the only conversation what is important for coach. And I give him 7 days. After 7 days, he told me, Coach, I decide to stay in the UK. So no issues. I respect this, and I know there were so many things coming. He signed here. He signed. That is not true. Daniel is quite honest guy. He's very direct. When he said he's staying in UK, I respect this. This is his opinion. The only problem is for me, as suddenly I need to find left fullback last minute. So this was the issue. But other than that, is you must respect people personality, people individual decision. This is Daniel. He make decision for himself. So I cannot push on these things.
Yeah. So you happy and satisfied with performance Declan Lambert?
No, but you know there is one thing with Declan and Ryan. They went to Europe. They play under one coach. When the club changed the coach, the new coach came in and he didn't want to play. And Ryan immediately come to Malaysia, and first 1-2 months he was having problem because he didn't play in Europe 3-4 months before that. He will train, but to train and to play are two different things. So same thing happened with Declan, but Declan break was longer because Declan didn't play last 9 months. And of course, when he came to play first match, plus in the preseason because of COVID, we didn't have enough matches. Some matches were cancelled. So like first match in Johor when he played, some more he played versus Arif, who is one of the best flanker in the league. And we also as a team were not ready, so Declan performance wasn't good and everybody start to attack. If you watch last 2 games already, Declan is much better and Declan will be better with every game. But you need to give him time. He need, in Europe when they sign new players, sometimes they give them 6 months or 12 months to settle in. Here, after, especially if you are foreign striker, after 1 game or 2 games, he never score. Why he never score? Send him back. Give him time to adapt. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. He arrived to new country and wants new food, new lifestyle, new weather. Everything is new. New coach, new teammates, different kind of football. So it's not easy to adapt. So same thing with that.
What the position of Declan Lambert? I always look. You always play Declan at the left.
Because I don't have left fullback. I have
You just
him.
only one like Daniel.
I have him and Nabil.
Nabil.
Both are new. So both need time. Nabil is also a young guy. He's left-footed. He was with me in under 19. He needs time because he didn't play much in last few clubs. He got potential, but also he needs time to come. Like when we play in FA Cup, he really good game. But this is third division team. So you can see that he still doesn't have confidence. But once you get confidence, both of them will be good. Because Declan actually originally is right fullback, but because of Danny, he can use left foot quite well, so he can play both positions.
One last question, coach. If let's say the new management coming to the KL City, what's your expectation and what you want to apply to the new management? What you want to apply?
If
If
again magic word is
magic
if,
magic word.
if new management came in or if the present management stay. I just need more money because when you have more money, you can buy better players and then you can have better bonuses. Then easier for me to push players to their maximum.
Okay, money is the key word.
The money is keyword everywhere, and then the other one is training center.
Training center, yeah. Because in Malaysia, there's only 3 have a training center, only 3 clubs.
So this is sad part. And if you see the budgets of all clubs in
Any question, guys?
recent years, it's probably.
Can you give one name first Malaysian footballer you ever worked with?
Mention.
One name.
Local.
Last 20 years, Indra Putra.
Indra Putra, wow, okay.
He was the most consistent because I know lots of them that were good 1 year, 2 years, they were fantastic. Then after 2-3 years, they just disappeared. But Indra was consistent for 20 years, and I believe if I get him young, or if he went to Europe when he was young, I believe he can play there because he got different mentality. He will fight, when they play 2 small goals, when you put 2 bricks, when you play for peanuts, he will fight to win. And he always want to win. So this was different. Every training, every game, this is why he was consistent for so long.
Before this, you coach under 90. Maybe the future, you see.
Under 19.
Other than Arif Aiman.
To be honest, Arif Aiman, I had him short time and he was not in the team because that time he was still young, he was still developing, he didn't grow up yet, so he was physically not ready. You can see that technically was good, but physically was not ready yet. In my generation, I have Akyar. The moment when he went to Johor, he stopped improving. I don't know why.
Because of
Playing time, maybe.
But maybe playing time, maybe, I don't know, maybe, once some of the players, when they get some salary, then become not hungry. So, but he's young, he needs time to develop. I have Nick Aki, who is also doesn't play enough. Hadi Fayad, who is in Japan. I managed to Azri Ghani, now he's playing for me and he's quite good. I think he can be good. Now he's working with Kevin, so I think that he gets some tips to improve more. Mostly this was the best players in generation.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you another one question. You think our local player salary quite high compared to the value, our league value?
Yeah. It's very difficult to tell because I tell you very nicely, none of these players came to owner or manager and tell, I want that salary and put gun, am I right? Sign this salary. They are offered that salary from management. So I don't see the reason. If somebody wants to sign them and offer them that salary, it's not player's fault. So you cannot look that way. I think that.
Cannot blame the player, blame the manager.
Yeah, at the end, this is what is happening now in Malaysia. This is what is prices. When I came here, salaries were much less. The moment when TMJ came in, he changed this a lot. And then other teams start to follow. So I think that in every league like this, Real Madrid player have more salary than Getafe player, This is normal everywhere.
Okay. Our producer say enough time. Okay guys, thank you so much untuk menonton podcast kali ini bersama Coach Bojan Hodak. Thank you so much Coach for coming. So kita jumpa next time di podcast yang akan datang dengan topik-topik yang menarik dengan tetamu-tetamu yang maybe player ke another coach. Thank you so much, kita jumpa lagi. Jangan lupa follow semua social media kami, tekan button subscribe, tekan button lonceng supaya korang tak terlepas konten-konten menarik kita sediakan untuk anda. Goodbye guys, ciao.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.